What if I told you there's a single word, a word so powerful it lifted an entire nation out of poverty? A word that Moses, the man who spoke face to face with God, saved until the very end of his life because it was too sacred, too powerful to give earlier. This is the word that can take you from struggling to pay your bills to becoming someone who has enough to help pay the bills of others. It's the word that can change your life from the inside out. Stay with me, because today I'm going to give you that word. And when you understand what it really means, you'll begin to see doors open, opportunities flow, and a shift in your life so profound you'll never see lack the same way again. Hello, my friend. If you've ever felt the crushing weight of not having enough, not enough money, not enough resources, not enough hope, you're not alone. I know that feeling too well. But what if I told you there's a truth hidden in an ancient book, a principle so powerful that it has freed people from poverty, fear, and struggle for thousands of years? This message comes from Deuteronomy, the 5th book of the Bible, whose name in Greek means the second rule. And it's no accident that Moses waited until the very end of his life to give this word to his people. He knew they weren't ready for it before. And maybe, until now, you weren't ready either. But today, I believe you are ready. Ready to move from scarcity to abundance, from not enough to more than enough. Moses was no ordinary man. He's the only human in history who spoke with God face to face. Yet even he didn't feel ready when God first called him. When God said, "Go to Pharaoh and free my people," Moses replied, "I'm not good enough. I can't speak well." Does that sound familiar? Have you ever felt that pull in your heart to start a business, pursue a dream, or help others, but thought, "Who am I to do this? I'm not ready"? Here's the first lesson. God doesn't call the ready. He makes ready the ones he calls. When Moses doubted, God said, "Don't be afraid. Go with your brother Aaron." This is how God works. He sends people into your life to help you. He puts you in the right place at the right time. He gives you strength you didn't know you had. When I first felt called to share this message, to get in front of a camera and tell people how I went from struggling to having enough, I too thought, "Who am I?" But I remembered Moses. And I remembered that the same God who gave him courage could give it to me. And to you. Now let's talk about the word, the secret that Moses shared in Deuteronomy 8:18. He said, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you power to get wealth, so that he may establish his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors, as it is this day." This verse reveals something incredible. God doesn't just hand us gold, houses, or businesses. No, he gives us the power to get wealth. This is a spiritual principle. You already have the seeds of wealth inside you. God has placed a gift in you, an idea, a skill, a passion, a vision. But those seeds must be activated. Think of an artist. You and I might see a block of stone, but the artist sees a masterpiece hidden inside. He works, carves, and shapes it until the beauty appears. That's the gift God gives. He gives the power to create, and when you use it, your life multiplies. But here's the problem. Most people never use this power. Why? Because like the Israelites, they're still thinking like slaves. For 40 years, they wandered in the desert. They were free, but their minds were still in Egypt. They couldn't see the abundance God promised because they didn't believe they were worthy of it. How often do we do the same? We say, "I want a better life," but deep down we think, "I wasn't born into money. It's too late for me. I'm not educated enough." But God says something different. God says, "I give you power to get wealth." Remember when Jesus met the blind men? He asked them, "What do you want?" They didn't hesitate. They said, "We want to see." They didn't say, "Just give us some food or coins." They asked for the impossible. And because they believed, they received. Here's the lesson. Stop asking small. Stop limiting what God can do. What is it you really want? Not just to pay your bills or get by, but to live in the fullness of God's promise. Here's another truth Moses revealed. Wealth without purpose disappears. Why do you want abundance? If it's just to show off, it won't last. But if your reason is to bless others, to lift your family, to support God's work, to leave a legacy, then you'll have more than enough. Money is a tool. When your heart is aligned with God's purpose, He will multiply it in your hands. So how do you activate this word in your life? Moses said, "Remember the Lord your God." This means keep God at the center of all you do. When you wake up, remember Him. When you work, remember Him. When you dream, remember Him. Wealth is not about saying a few magic words. It's about partnership with God. You bring your willingness, your faith, your vision, and God brings the power, the connections, the opportunities. David said in Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd. I have everything I need. My cup overflows." That's not poetry. That's a spiritual reality. So here's what I want you to do right now. Write in the comments, "God gives me the power to get wealth." Say it out loud wherever you are. Say it with belief, as if it's already true. Subscribe to this channel because in the next video, I'm going to show you how to turn this spiritual principle into daily actions that bring results. This is your moment. You've wandered the desert long enough. It's time to step into your promised land. Take this word, plant it in your heart, and watch as God begins to multiply everything you touch.